All right, am I live? I think I'm live. Okay. Hey everyone. We're waiting for PPP to be ready. I told him I would call him around 9:30, so that'll be in a few minutes here. But we are live. The show is here. I will attempt to add to the gun stream chat as well. See if they're still interested in watching. Yeah. Okay. Hey everybody. Uh, just got done watching Backlash. WWE Backlash. with everyone on the gun stream. It was pretty terrible. Not gonna lie. I know. I just left. And now I'm back. Let's see here. YouTube's starting to come in. I told PPP to be ready for me to call him. So, it's the pool. Yeah, I'm here. I'm sure glad you guys. I'm sure you're all really glad to see me. So, I clicked off a stream of a guy raping his cows for this. And having an epic battle with Surfer. PPP is eating. Being so cute. Anyways, hey everyone. I'm sure you're all here expecting PPP. He'll be here in a few minutes. Until then, let's go over the show a little bit. What did everyone think? I thought it sucked dick. I thought Edge versus Orton wasn't that bad, but the rest of the show was pretty bad, but also unremarkable and a relatively easy watch. So I'd say it was better than NXT in Your House last week. To the light of YouTube, rate me, yourself, blah blah blah. Pull out one Burma. All right. I would say, okay, let's not fuck around anymore, guys. The show was long and boring, and there was a lot of women's matches, and it's really fucking dragged. That opening tag match with all the fucking women was such dog shit. I can't fucking believe it. It was such absolute fucking horse shit. I legitimately started throwing up when I saw Alexa Bliss come out in my mouth. I wanted to bang my head against the wall every time some of them fucking talked or tried to wrestle. It was a fucking atrocious affair. My notes were shit, 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 shit. Banks wins. The shot reverse shots of their faces at the end was more keynote than the whole match. I agree. Actually, the best match on the show was McIntyre Lashley, which is a rematch of a TNA match from fucking like 2015 or 2016, if I remember correctly. It was like one of their both of those guys like last match in the company almost. Before Lashley and McIntyre debuted in NXT like shortly thereafter, but the shot reverse shot stuff, the angles on Edge versus Orton were actually very good. The production value was very nice. The crowd noise piping in was good. I'm just gonna take my headphones off. I don't think it really matters right now. That was good. Uh, I liked the I liked the overall style of that last match. The way it was shot. I didn't like using Howard Fink's voice. I thought that was fucked up. Because the new dude is fucking dead. But a lot of it was good. Alright. Let's see, I'll go over some more notes. I'm not sure PvP is going to want to talk about anything besides Edge versus Orton because the rest of the show was fucking boring. I guess we'll probably talk a lot about that Street Profits versus Viking Raiders match, which was, logically speaking, the worst of these cinematic matches. Like, nothing that happened makes sense. It just felt like they were, like, shit was just happening from one scene to the next. There was no flow. It didn't make, like, it wasn't like things leading to another thing. It was just, like, exciting or a build up. It was just shit happens, shit happens, shit happens. It was like a YouTube poop. but not funny. Not as funny. But that being said, some of the moments were pretty funny and exciting. So I'll say it was better than the Adam Cole Velveteen Dream match, but not by much. Like, it was still pretty shit. Like, it had all the events and happenings of the Stadium Stampede or the Firefly Funhouse, but it didn't have the structure and storytelling that those two had and needed to make it work. Let's see what else can I get through. Hardy versus. Well, we'll probably talk about Hardy versus the Raw Women's match. It was a stupid storyline. Nia sucks. Boring. Asuka is okay. A double count out on a pay per view. Now listen, I get it. You gotta keep the feud going. But if you're gonna do a pay per view match with these two women, why the fuck do a double count out? Have it be some kind of screwy finish. Have it be something like, you know, oh, Nia gets distracted, or, you know, or some bullshit where they can feed into something else. But a legitimate double count out, it's like a non-finish. It's a television non-finish. For a feud that should stop. Like, Nia should not be getting more matches. She is not good enough a wrestler to deserve more matches. Not even deserve, but like, the program doesn't work. It's just not an interesting program. Own Gaylord. Ralph posts first fucking thing on Dubpool's channel. That's just how the match went, Gahool. Are you trying to say it's fake? I am saying it's fake. The whole thing is fake, brother. And I'm tired of it being fake and gay. I'd rather it just be fake, you know? Wait. Is that actually Ralph? I'm sorry. Is this real? Is that actually... No. Punish Ralph, if you're actually still in the chat, are you a legitimate gun sucker? Now listen, I'm not I'm not big into the Ralph drama like everyone else is. I don't care about what he does or the scams or anything about him. That's not what I'm into. My house in Twin Cities only costs $1. Yo, can't wait. No police. No police. Yeah, I heard that resolution went through today. PPP has many fans. Yeah, I'm sure everyone's disappointed that PPP isn't here, but he will be in about 10 minutes. uh, I guess we'll talk that. I'm gonna talk this, okay? The resolution to end the what's it called? The police, the Minneapolis just passed, is going to be the biggest fuck up in U.S. history. I guarantee it. First of all, they have no plans for anything yet. This is just they said we have to come up with plans eventually, but it's an ultimatum that they have to come up with alternative plans. Step one, the plans they have proposed, like putting up security cameras for shit, that's illegal. It's illegal in the state of Minnesota to use security cameras to hand out tickets. It is against state constitutional law. So they will have to override that law in the state constitution, which will not happen because they'll have to go through the state senate. The show is so bad, PPP locked himself in the bathroom. Yeah, PPP has to eat. He's just eating right now, he says. I can't wait. It's going to be so funny. PPP too busy fapping to China and Xbox porno again. I don't know anyone who could fap to that. It's a disgusting display of humanity. I can't watch it. He's good. Okay, he's not gonna be right till 9:30, so 10 more minutes, boys. But that means I'm just gonna go through the rest of these matches, and I'll just have me and PPP talk about the last two because I don't think the rest of the card fucking matters. Uh, well, I'll save the WWE title match as well. Asuka. Oh, also Asuka being upset she won was dumb. Let's see. The Universal Championship match started with this sick music video by Miz and Morrison. Very good, very high quality, very Kino-esque. Strowman's new intro, which I didn't realize, has him like doing a train thing. I'm not sure if Strowman has autism or something. I'd assume he does, all things considered. But him coming out with a train is a very autistic look. So I'm not sure if that's based or stupid, but I'm gonna assume it's based. Braun Strowman shouldn't sell for this long. Morrison is very good. And there's Miz and Morrison dissension being teased during the match. Uh, Braun gets beaten up for the whole match and then hits one move and wins. Classic WWE booking. Shit finish. Kind of a stupid feud to begin with. I think these handicap matches that they have to book Braun in handicap matches because they've pushed him as so strong for so long. They need to get someone strong to get him. They need, someone actually big and tough to feud with him. But whatever. And that is every match on the card besides the last three, which are the WWE title, Street Profits versus Viking Raiders, like video thing, and the Edge versus Orton, which I will save to talk about with PPP. Back to questions from the chat. I see. Well, that's fair. The Gunstream switched over to Top Gear, which I can appreciate. Top Gear is excellent. What we got here? Coolio. I'm talking to PPP right now. PPP needs to not eat. Yeah, you just hurry up. I told him we were going to be ready to go right at the end of the show. Did I kneel to Black Lives Matter on the show? No, but the black people did get put in a couple chokeholds, which is pretty funny. And I think they did do a move like they had the knee on the guy's neck, so that's pretty funny now. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Wrestling is gay, but I enjoy your content. Cool. Thanks, buddy. Blackest of black. I am not within jurisdiction of the Minneapolis shit. I am well outside of that. However, they may start pushing this on the state level. And if that becomes the case, then we are really fucked as an entire state. The one thing that will be alright is that most of the smaller towns outside the cities don't use police forces, they use sheriff departments. There's a couple of police departments around towns, but in general, police departments are based on the county, and sheriff's departments are controlled by the county, and they're not really within the jurisdiction of a city councils and stuff. PP show the youthful gun. He may show the gun. Capitol Hill GAHOOLE Zone. Listen, here's the deal. The DUP Zone will be formed if things get bad. I said this before. The meetup spot is Geneva, Illinois. That's where the DUP Zone will be formed. Bring food, ammunition, firearms, clean water, and bedding for yourself. And you can join the DUP Zone in Geneva, Illinois, outside the Starbucks in downtown Geneva. No PPP. PPP is eating. He'll be here in 5 minutes. How much did you loot the last few days? I haven't been to Minneapolis and I haven't been looting. I'm an hour outside the city. But yes, they did just today abolish the police force. It hasn't immediately in effect, but effective probably by the end of the year, there will be no police force within the city of Minneapolis. It will only be community-driven options. That's true. If he's eating, if Surfer was cooking, he's probably taking him fucking forever. St. Cloud is already the gun zone. It's true. If I can't make it to Geneva, St. Cloud, you gotta come to St. Cloud, Minnesota. Actually, come to Rice, Minnesota. Go to Little Rock Lake in Rice, Minnesota. There's a nature preserve there, which we will turn into a campground for incels. The incel zone. But yeah, that's officially going down. And for if there's any Minnesotans out there and you need to fucking bug out, I suggest going to your local Fleet Farm. Little pro tip: Fleet Farm is a lot of the things Menards, Target, and Walmart doesn't right now. They have a much larger stock of camping and ammunition supplies. They've got a better bulk food supply selection than a lot of places. There are a lot of people's like last stop for stuff like that because the dumb people go to Walmart first, and I guess we're kind of dumb for not getting stuff already. But I would suggest if you haven't gotten prepared yet, prepare now. Acquire basic necessities quickly because things could hit the fan. Now, will they hit the fan? Probably not. Things usually don't hit the fan that hard. We'll probably go back to work. Don't stop going to work or whatever yet. Come to Los Angeles. I don't have to drive that far. Listen, if you're in LA, you need to get out. Like, even if things don't go down, you just need to get out of LA. You need to move. There's a lot of places between here in LA that are better than Minnesota, actually. So I suggest finding a zone somewhere in Utah. Yeah, Utah will be safe. Mormons are crazy, but they're safe. Is Minneapolis known for anything other than Target and Prince, or Minnesota for that matter? Minneapolis, no. Minneapolis is known for being the headquarters of Target. 3M, all those tapes and stuff. That's Minneapolis. Prince, the Vikings, I guess, if you like the Vikings. Why? Um, Snow. That's about it. The rest of the state of Minnesota is known for having the most coastline in the country. We got the most fresh water in the country too, as well. So when things do come to bug out, if you want good drinking water, Minnesota probably is the safest bet. So that's the only reason I suggest, because the Minnesota countryside is very well suited for bug out. But the rest do not. If it just becomes ground zero, that does not mean anything safe here. But it's better than North Dakota. I would say northern Minnesota is better than North Dakota, but not by much. Heard about the coronavirus? Coronavirus was a meme. It was a total meme. The numbers have not increased drastically since the riots happened. It's a total fucking lie. Total sham. Maybe it wasn't in the beginning, but the fact is, the numbers don't lie. The rates have not increased since these riots started, and there's hundreds of thousands of people congregating every day in major metropolitan cities with sweat and close contact and everything, violating every rule that we're supposed to follow, and the rates have not risen. They haven't. What does that mean? It means it means right now, currently, we don't have to, though these rules we're following are bullshit. We don't need to follow them anymore. It may mean that they were always bullshit, which is not always the case. Maybe they were okay, but whatever the case, the curve or whatever has been flattened, and we can go back to normal life. But people aren't saying that because it would get things back on track to being normal. Nebraska would probably be fine too. Yeah, probably. The report cases that are alive like hospitals get more funding. I completely believe it. Um, right now, there is absolutely no reason why I cannot go to a movie theater or church or anything else or a restaurant. It's clearly obvious by the numbers, by the facts, by the obvious evidence presented before us that life can return to normal. But it can't because we are in race war season now. Oh, these are good. All right, I'm just calling PPP now. We'll be here to talk on the show. Get on quick. Yo.
All right, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yep. All right. You want to get your webcam on too?
Beautiful.
There we go. Okay. All right. I'm just get this all set up. All right, we are live. We've been live for a couple minutes. I've just been talking with people about the motherfucking police being disavowed in Minneapolis today. So that's about it. What do you think of the show?
Wonderful. All right, here we go. Well, with the show tonight, fuck. It was an okay show. There were a couple decent matches. There was some fucking bad shit though.
There
The
was.
the women's matches, fuck, God help us, And the fucking Street Profits and the Viking Raiders, I don't know what the fuck happened there. So Edge and Orton was pretty decent. It went fucking super long though, super long,
Yeah,
but it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Generally, my thoughts on it, it was okay show. I think I had more fun with it, I think, than the NXT show.
I'd agree with
But
that actually. Um, Not a ton more fun. I think there was actually more worse shit here, but I think the flow and the pace was a lot better than the NXT show.
yeah,
Even though it was longer, it didn't feel like it like dragged as much. Until the Edge versus Orton match, which I did think dragged quite a bit towards the end. But
I thought we were on pace to, get going by 9:30. That the show was going to be over, and this match just went on forever. It went on fuck till like 10:05.
yeah,
Nearly.
it went about 20 minutes too long, I would say.
It was 45 minutes long according to the official bell time. Bell to bell, it was 45 minutes long.
Which I completely believe. From everything I saw, that's about what I figured it was gonna be.
But I mean, there was some cool spots in that match. We'll get to it when we get to it. But it was a decent match. But fuck, it's good to see the punt back. That was
good. I did like the low blow at the end. I really couldn't tell what was going on, but we'll get to it when we get to it. I covered most of the matches already because they didn't really matter that much. But if you want, you can give your thoughts on the early matches too. Did you have anything to say about like the women's matches or the Jeff Hardy versus Sheamus or anything? Or
well, you know what? With the Jeff Hardy Sheamus thing, the thing I wanted to say was a lot of the fans are just really fucking whiny. You hear for years people say we want an adult storyline, we want more edgy storylines. Give us the edge. And then as soon as they try and give you something that's a bit more edgy or a bit more adult, maybe the execution on it wasn't the greatest ever, but the people are saying, "Oh, we can't allow this. This is too much." I mean, shit. I mean, even like 2005, 2006, they were doing shit that was edgier than this. And people are losing their fucking minds about it. I thought the storyline was fine. I didn't have a problem with it. And I kind of like.
I didn't have any problem with the storyline. I thought the piss in the face was kind of goofy, but it was like I remember it was enjoyable goofy. I would say it was a fine enough spot. And I thought the match itself actually started out pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked Sheamus, like he just started kicking the shit out of him right away and looked really believable, especially after the women's tag match. It was like, oh shit, here's some good wrestling.
Yeah. No, I like that. I like that we got to see all of Sheamus's moveset.
Yeah.
Like we got to see the white noise. We got to see the clover leaf. He doesn't usually do those moves, so it was kind of nice to see him use pretty much everything he has. The spot on the ropes where he was hitting him, was a pretty good spot. Jeff sold, I thought, pretty well during the match. I thought he was a decent underdog. He was selling well. I was impressed with the match. I thought it might be total dog shit, but Sheamus is pretty underrated. I think even I underrate his abilities sometimes to pull off a good match, because a lot of people remember like when Sheamus was really green, but he's not really green anymore. Like he had a great run in the bar with Cesaro. He had some great matches with Daniel Bryan. He had good matches with Barrett. Like he's had good matches. Even the Del Rio matches aren't that bad, but that's what people get on him for, right? So
yeah,
I don't know. I was happy to see Sheamus win too, just because I knew it would piss people off. I thought it was pretty funny that they just fucking shit all over Jeff, just so that to piss off Matt because he went to AEW. I don't fucking know, but I thought that was pretty fucking funny. So far as the other early fucking matches, like I caught the end of the pre-show match. I was glad Apollo Crews won, to be honest.
I didn't catch the pre-show match. I was busy eating dinner and stuff. So, but Apollo won. It was all right.
Yeah, it was all right. I mean, it was the first time I've seen Apollo wrestle in probably 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
I forgot that he could do like standing moonsaults, and he can do some fucking shit.
No, he's good technical wrestler. The problem was always his character was never there. At least they're trying with him at MVP. I think grouping him with MVP and Lashley all together in a group that's a good sign right now. That's a good move.
No, that's the way to go. Give him the mouthpiece. MVP is really, really good. He's doing a great job with Lashley. we'll get to Lashley and McIntyre in
Yeah,
a
the
bit there.
TNA rematch of the century.
Yeah, yeah.
Once again, TNA
TNA
rematches constantly everywhere. But
every what else was there? There was the women's.
I just gotta say the Hardy versus Sheamus match I thought was actually really really good. I thought it went about 5 minutes too long. I thought the story was basically told about one like right around a good section, and then they kept going for a little bit too long. I would have rather, with all these empty arena shows, the longer you go, the worse I say the match is. It's better to get your story done and do it quickly and effectively, rather than drag it out. But that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, it could have went maybe a little bit shorter because they were really like digging the well fucking dry to the point where it was like, okay, let's get this over with. But I liked it enough. Like I'd give it like 3.5 stars, or so. I thought it was decent enough.
Yeah, it was actually one of my favorite matches on the entire show, which is
I almost gave it my favorite match of the fucking show, to be honest with you.
But I think that we'll go to that later. Raw women's match. A stupid storyline. Nia sucks. The match was boring. And it ends with a double count out on a fucking pay-per-view.
I gotta give both of the women's matches tonight are 1 star in my fucking opinion.
There were 3.
Yeah.
Wait, no, there was only 2. There was only 2, my bad.
Yeah. No, both of them. The women's triple tag was just fucking there was botches.
That was the worst thing on the show by a country mile. A complete dog shit affair. Like, nothing good. They kept doing the same move over and over again. They kept botching it in different ways. Where they were doing the one person would hold the person up and the other person would do a knee strike. And every team tried to do that and they all fucked it up in some way.
Oh my god, it was just fucking shit. It ended on a fucking roll up, I believe. Women's
at least
matches,
it was like a quick roll up, so it's like, well, it's a crazy tag match. If it was the only thing on the show that was like that, it'd be one thing. But there was a ton of fucked finishes on the show, so it just wasn't good.
No, it wasn't good. That match was probably the worst on the show. Asuka Nia Jax was maybe a little bit above that because Asuka was trying her fucking best, selling like fucking crazy for fucking Nia, doing all sorts of shit to try it, but the match just never fucking worked. It never
got going, and it really, I would say it was too long, but it was such shit that I think it would have been better if it was just a quick fucked finish, like they both get counted out. That would have been a better ending. But the thing is, I don't think this is like what you do as a dusty finish to set up another match later on, but I don't want to see this program with Nia continue. I'd rather Asuka move on to Charlotte or anyone else in the roster.
This was the worst possible outcome because we know there's going to be another match and there'll probably be a third fucking match. And the reality of it is them protecting Nia this much here when she's just injured, motherfuckers, because she's The Rock's cousin, she's going to get this dusty finish. I won't even be shocked if they put the belt on Nia at the next fucking pay-per-view. Don't be shocked.
I don't really care about the women's titles, but it's what it is. If she gets the title, listen. I like Asuka as a wrestler. I've been liked her since she was doing good at NXT. She's my favorite women's wrestler on the roster. But there's no one on the roster right now she can wrestle that I'd be interested in. So the division is dead, frankly, especially the Raw. Like both the Raw and SmackDown women's divisions are dead. There's nothing there that can interest me whatsoever. Maybe if Kairi and Asuka feuded, that would be one thing. But she's injured, so it doesn't matter.
I don't care. I don't have some fucking wrestling waifu, so I just don't give a shit. If you have some woman on the roster that you worship, you jerk off to every day, you post in their general or whatever on ASP or whatever fucking gay shit, then yeah, I'm sure you fucking love this crap. But as for me, I don't want to see this on my show. It takes up way too much fucking time that could go to something else or just make the show shorter in fucking general. But every fucking show we have to see at least 2, if not 3, if not 4 of these fucking women's matches. And I can't deal with it.
It's too much for me. It's like even AEW starting to do 2 or 3 women's matches a show now. It's no, like I said before in the last episode, there's not enough depth on any of these rosters to do compelling storylines or matches, any of them. And frankly, even the best women's match is not as good as the best men's match. So I just don't care.
No. And once again, hate to retread fucking last week's show, but the women's tag team division has got to go. It's a waste of fucking time.
Yeah.
And like the Bailey, oh my god, the Bailey promo before that fucking match where she's saying she's Bailey do belts or dough belts or whatever the fuck in
Dose.
Spanish.
Because she's a spick.
Dose,
You
you
forget because she
know.
doesn't look like one. She just looks like a weird. She looks like me, but a girl and like oranger.
She just has like zero charisma. Zero fucking like the charisma of a damp fucking rag. Straight up.
Yep.
And fucking like Sasha's promo after was okay. But like she went to the ring and then Bailey kept talking for like another 30 seconds. Fuck that. It was just piss poor, you know? And then you get like a wet fart of a fucking match. Bailey and Sasha are still the champions. I could give a fuck less. You know, we know they're going to turn on each other and have a fucking match. Once again, like people try and justify women's wrestling because of Sasha and Bailey at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, how great it was. But people forget like they had like months to rehearse the fucking match. And I've seen fuck all from them afterwards to suggest that they have really any talent. I'm not going to lie.
Sasha,
You know?
I'll say this: Sasha had a couple of decent matches in 2016, if I remember correctly, but Bailey hasn't had a good match since. And
I think
Sasha's
they've
only
regressed.
what
They've regressed. They've gotten worse over
they have
time.
gotten worse as they've gotten on. Like both have continually had worse and worse matches over the years. They haven't improved. Versus like Becky and Asuka and Charlotte. Like I don't really like any of those three that much, but they have gotten better since I saw them first.
Well, what blows my mind is fucking you had like a fitness instructor like Trish Stratus got better over time.
Yeah.
Like these are supposed to be like trained women's wrestlers who have been doing this from the beginning and like they don't get better. You know, they don't get better. It's fucking just dreadful. It's shit every time. I can count on like one hand the amount of good fucking like actually good women's matches there have been. Straight up. But we're fucking beating a dead horse. It's just trash. It's just trash.
Yeah, it is just trash. Also, sorry about the echo, guys. I just fixed the echo. Sorry. I might be a little bit quiet now, but you should be able to hear me. Anyways, back to the show. Universal Championship match: Braun Strowman versus The Miz versus Morrison. Starts out with a music video thing, which I thought was pretty entertaining. Actually, it was probably the best. I laughed. I thought it was the best part of the match by a country mile. The actual, and then Braun Strowman comes out, and he's got. I didn't realize this. I haven't been watching SmackDown or Raw. I apologize, but I just haven't. Braun Strowman comes out to a with a new train gimmick. I guess he's into trains now. He's the Strowman Express. It's like a key that he's autistic and he likes trains or something. It's like some stupid shit.
I don't fucking know. That Braun Strowman's character is fucked. It's been dead since No Mercy 3 fucking years ago. So
kind of, yeah. That's a show that really fucked a lot of things up, actually, long term.
Oh, it really fucked it up. And Braun, like, I would have liked to see be the champion fucking 3 years ago. It's fucking too late now. They had him team with a fucking retarded boy with cancer at WrestleMania, I think. Mm-hmm. 1 year they had him Battle Royal another year. They just stick him in like they had him lose to Tyson Fury was fucking not at WrestleMania, but they never give this guy fucking anything. Like they gave him Goldberg just because they had to.
Yeah.
You know? And
it's because like, Goldberg had to lose and Reigns wasn't there to beat him. And so he had to win the title at WrestleMania. He was a fallback guy. He wasn't there for anything else but being a fallback guy. So
he's like that's the definition of a transitional champion to where, you know, probably the Fiend is going to come back, you know, this next month or at SummerSlam and win the fucking belt. Yep. You know? So I just don't give a shit. They fucking ruined this guy. But so far as this match went, you know, I like that they didn't just totally geek out Morrison and Miz in like 5 minutes flat.
No, it was Cena booked. They got almost all the offense in for the majority of the match. Then Strowman hit the power slam and won, which is you know it's I don't like it. I don't like that way that booking works. I never liked that kind of match, frankly. I don't think Braun Strowman's that good at selling. Like at least when Cena was do that, Cena's a decent seller, not the best, but Strowman's selling isn't entertaining. Like you know, it's kind of almost unbelievable because of the way his character's been built up.
Yeah.
But Strowman having to sell for this long just kind of sucked. The
Well, every
best,
time Miz came in and you saw him selling for Miz, it was just shit. Like there was just no reason for him to sell for Miz.
mhm,
Morrison's offense at least looked halfway fucking decent most of the time when
yeah.
he hit the running knee and the springboard kicks and shit like this. But like Miz, like you just
Miz
wonder every time.
made the match worse. I would have preferred a Morrison Strowman singles match where like Morrison was cheating a lot. Maybe Miz was on the outside helping him cheat and stuff. That would have been a much better match. And maybe Miz,
No, yeah. Normally, I like Miz a lot. Actually, I don't think Miz sucks. Like a lot of people think Miz is just total shit. I think he's really good on the mic. He gets a lot of heat. People genuinely don't like the Miz, and I think that that's a good thing for a heel.
yeah.
People don't like him. His wrestling is basic and very safe, but
Mhm,
that's what it is.
mhm.
But I don't like him in there with Strowman because it's just totally unbelievable. It just fucking looks retarded optically. Do you know
It
what I
does.
mean?
I agree. Like, there's a lot of people. That's one of Strowman's problems. Is you can only put so many people in there with him. Like you could do McIntyre Strowman, or you could do Reigns Strowman, or you could do a lot of
Yeah,
matches, but you can't do. I mean, there's a ton of guys that they can do that they'll do against Strowman. And it just doesn't work. And when that happens, they have to do this handicap shit, which it's like what they did with Sammy to win the Intercontinental title against him.
but
It
there's
was
no sense. These handicap matches are never fucking actually good. Like, can anybody name like a good handicap match?
no,
Like no,
it
there's
hasn't
never
happened.
been. There's never been a handicap match that was 4 stars or higher. I fucking promise you on my life.
Mhm.
That's the reality. So like they can't keep booking these fucking retarded handicap matches, especially for titles. Handicap matches for titles has got to be one of the most mongoloid fucking things.
It
The idea,
happens all the time. I mean, it happened. Fuck. Like I think starting in Royal Rumble 2018 or 2017, they were doing like these handicap matches for titles on like major shows, and they were constant. It was Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus whoever the title. I think it was AJ Styles at the time, and like they keep doing these matches. It's like their new favorite thing to do. But what can you do? Quick question,
well,
quick
they're just
aside
doing it
before
as
we go
fucking
on. Um,
yeah,
so Mexican guy was asking how we would book the women's division. Watch our last episode. We go over that very
yeah.
briefly. Consolidate them all into one division with one championship. You can't have this many spread out. But I think we can move on to the next match too, the WWE
Yeah,
Championship match.
yeah. Um,
This was the best match on the show. I thought it was really very very good. Um,
yeah.
it would have been better in front of a crowd, but so did all these matches. Lashley immediately goes for the full Nelson at the start of the bell, which is really good. It was a good way to set up Drew being sore from the beginning, and then he sold that really well throughout the entire match. He didn't really do a lot of his offense was with these other because he was selling his left arm specifically. He would do his message other stuff with his right arm and stuff. He did a lot of leg moves instead of arm moves and stuff, which was good. Um, a really good couple sequences here where the train holds back and forth. The one bad spot in the match, I thought Lashley had him up to do some kind of Death Valley driver, and then he tripped and he dropped Drew right on his fucking
Yeah,
neck. That
yeah, yeah,
was really dangerous and shitty looking. Like it actually that like he like landed like right on his fucking head.
yeah.
Obviously an accident happens, but you need to be careful when you got a guy like that up you.
Well, it's just a good thing fucking Drew is built like a brick fucking shit house and he can take shit like that.
Yeah,
Like this is why people like Marco Stunt shouldn't fucking wrestle. Because if Marco Stunt took a fucking unprotected drop like that to the neck, he would die.
yes,
That's my belief. So if you fucking look like you're 15 years old, you probably shouldn't be wrestling. This was a refreshing match for me because it was like actually two heavyweight wrestlers, like two
mm,
legitimate heavyweights that had a big match feel for me anyway. I really am invested in both these guys. I
yep,
wish they could both be the fucking champion. I was honestly kind of pulling for Lashley to win, even though I don't want to kill McIntyre's fucking his push. But I think McIntyre's push is stillborn anyway because it happened when there's no fucking crowd. He beat
mm-hmm,
Lesnar, beat him good, convincing, but he doesn't even really get the full rub from that because they already gave it to Seth for one. And for two, there's no fucking crowd to see it. And nobody
yeah,
can know how they're reacting to Drew. So it's kind of fucked. Now, if you put it on, if you were to put it on Lashley here, though, you're killing him dead, and you're basically saying he'll never be a main eventer again. But I really want to see Lashley and Lesnar at fucking at SummerSlam or at another pay-per-view. You know, I want to see that match happen. It'll never fucking happen. You know.
Oh, I think it could happen, but not for a title. I could see. I'm not sure if Brock's gonna be if they even do SummerSlam this year. Which, I mean, I think SummerSlam will be in front of a crowd. It might be in front of a smaller crowd. But based on New Japan doing audience shows like next month, I think even it's like not even that far away they're doing it. I think by August we'll probably have live attendance crowds back in the US.
No, I'll tell you, we'll see some live attendance. Like NASCAR today had live attendance, which was the first event of any sport to have fucking live attendance. So we'll see. I think there'll be fucking live attendance back, small, like limited crowds, probably by August.
I think
at the latest.
I'm saying if we could probably see arena style shows, probably December, maybe September, October, maybe. I'm not sure if we'll be back to arena shows in time for SummerSlam, but I think people were predicting it'll be into like late next year that we'll be seeing arena shows, but it'll be before the end of this year is done. That'll be back to, regular Raw arena matches and probably even AEW Raw's arenas too, but they'll be later than Raw or SmackDown or whatever. But actually, here's a good question from the chat. Since I have not watched their TNA match despite owning it on DVD, which is ridiculous, was this better or worse than their TNA match?
I mean, I'm going to say it's a little bit worse probably than their TNA match. Their TNA matches were really fucking good. The program they worked was really good. Lashley's run as TNA or Impact champion at that time was phenomenal. You know, he had a really great run. Drew also had a really good run at that time. EC3 was having a good run at that time. There was a lot of good shit going on in Impact around that time.
Yeah, that was also right when Matt Hardy started doing Broken Hardy. That's when I first started. That's when I got back a little bit into Impact, was when he was doing that, because I'm a filthy casual and I only get into shit after something funny happens.
Yeah. Well, it was funny. Like, the thing about the broken Matt Hardy character for me is that at that time in Impact, it was actually good. I thought it was pretty funny because Impact was such a shitty federation and was so fucking dead that I go, who gives a shit, you know?
Yeah.
Let's do shit like this. It's fine. Now, my issue now with it is you're trying to establish this new federation. It's a brand new, fresh start. There's no need to just start pissing and shitting all over the place, smearing shit over the walls. You know, like with TNA, it was already a fucking dumpster fire.
So they started doing garbage backyard stuff with the fucking fireworks and the Final Deletion stuff, which I'm surprised they haven't done a Final Deletion style match in AEW yet. I think this would be a perfect time to do something like that, because you could have an effective, exciting match probably with no crowd and have it work with the music and all that. But
they will eventually do it, I'm sure. But for me, like I eventually the novelty has kind of wore off, and like in AEW, I don't think it makes fucking sense, to be honest. But I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll
see what they. I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt and see what they do with it, but I kind of agree. Right now, I feel like the character's kind of directionless. He's just kind of doing stuff. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. I kind of like more in TNA. He was doing like a storyline with like his family and like with his brother and all that, but. We'll see.
Well, I think he's honestly run out of fucking ideas. I think he was really fucking creative at that time, and he used pretty much his whole fucking playbook, and now he's just fucking recycling shit from before. But who knows? He's a creative fucking guy. I mean, he gets smoking some weed, I guess, with Jeff. Fuck, he comes up with this shit. I don't know. But
the problem is with both the WWE and the AEW run is they're lacking the key. The key to TNA. Broken Matt Hardy was not Broken Matt Hardy. It was Senior Benjamin. He is a great straight man to play off the goofy shit. You need like the weird guy who just goes, yes, I agree. Like to just be like the fucking stone face to the wacky guy. You need both. You need the fucking Mo for Larry and Curly. You can't just have one.
You have to have a straight man and a wild man, and it'll work the dynamic. But yeah, it's just kind of wild shit. And then everybody he's working with in AEW are also wild and fucking wacky and shit.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I think Chris Jericho played a pretty good straight man to him, because Chris Jericho, despite being kind of goofy, takes his stuff very seriously. So he comes off as more of a straight man with that. Like he'll be legitimately shocked or whatever. But like if they want to make this work, they really do need they need Benjamin That's what I mean. WWE never brought. I think they brought him in for the one episode of it, but they never actually fulfilled, the proper full act. They didn't have the full act. You need the. You
Yeah.
can't just do parts. He's doing part of the act without the rest of the act.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the reason
Well,
why
it
it
would be
sucks.
good for him to have Jeff there and fucking
Yeah.
because part of it is him getting to finally have his time in the spotlight and
Right.
Jeff take the backseat role, and Jeff gets him over because people know Jeff and they love Jeff. But
Right.
Matt's always kind of been the B plus fucking player, so he needs some of Jeff to get him over. He doesn't have that, and he won't have that because Jeff's going to be stuck in WWE, jobbing to Sheamus and fucking Lashley for the next 6 fucking months. I'm sure
Probably.
until I think
Contract
they're
comes
just
up. I'm not sure if Jeff will re-sign with WWE. I mean, I think he might actually. If they offer him enough money, he might stay.
oh yeah.
Because he's got a family and all that, whatever. But and also for everyone in the chat, we'll take a couple questions at the end, but we're just gonna try and get through the show. We're not doing questions.
Yeah.
I'm sure people are asking, but just so you're aware, we're not. I do see your questions. We're not ignoring you. It's just wait a little bit. All right, let's move on to
One
Street
last
Pro-
thing with the
Yeah.
WWE title match. I wasn't a big fan of the finish of the match being
Oh,
fucking,
right. Yep.
because yeah.
I agree. I don't think the finish was great. I would rather McIntyre beat Lashley. But I'll say this: if you're gonna do a fucked finish, at least a woman got hit, and that
There
was
you
good. That was
That's
good.
that's Gahoole's big positive for the night. We're doing wonders to turn around that misogynistic reputation we have here, Gahoole. We're doing fucking wonders there, pal.
Reputation. Are you kidding me?
The-
It's not a
the
reputation. It's a legendary hatred of women on this channel.
It's a way of life,
It is.
and it will never change, never ever.
No, until I get laid and then I'll cuck out, but that'll be 20 years
No,
down the
Gahul,
line.
never, bro. You got to be full wizard mode, bro. You got to commit now. Come on, bro.
Even if I want to not be wizard mode, I'm still gonna be it whether I like it or not.
Oh fuck, it's okay, buddy. Embrace it. You'll get magic powers.
It's true, I will. I already have them. I have a website. That's magical.
But yeah, the finish was a bit fucked. I would have liked to see a fully clean finish. I get that they're protecting Lashley, but I don't really think he needed it.
If this leads to another match, I'm okay with it because I'd like to see this as another match. Maybe a better, more efficient match. I think maybe as a main event, I'd be okay with another match of this, especially if they build it up better.
I'd be okay if they threw a stipulation on it, like a street fight maybe or something. They did a big brawl or something like that.
Yeah, that would probably work. These guys probably do an effective street fight. I haven't liked basically any of the street fights in no arena stuff because without the fans to react around it, it kind of sucks dick. But with these guys doing big power moves on each other, it might work. Especially
I think, yeah.
Because I think these guys are best, when they're doing slams or doing holds and stuff. When the highlight of the match for me was when McIntyre did the bridging Northern Lights suplex. It was holy shit, it was fucking great. It was a clean, perfect bridge in the Northern Lights suplex. And Lashley's this huge dude, and McIntyre's this huge dude. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, I think this match is probably the match of the night. It's up there with the Edge and Orton match for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I'd probably give it to this match over Edge and Orton is just this was shorter. It was cleaner.
There was basically no filler in this match. I thought it was pretty well paced. If the finish wasn't so fucked, I would say it would be definitely the best match of the night. All right, let's move on to Street Profits versus Viking Raiders.
Okay.
Okay. Here's what I'll say this. Because this was the cinematic match of the night. I think they're going to do one of these every show. I think that's the plan. But like I said last week, they've already run out of ideas. But I'll say this. I thought this was better than Adam Cole Velveteen Dream. Not because the structure was better. The structure was structure-wise was the worst.
Moments.
Yes.
There were better moments.
It was more entertaining. There were spots that I laughed at and I thought, that's cool. Or funny. That's not even that cool. It was just that was silly and funny.
Yeah.
But the actual structure of what happened was the worst of any of them by a country mile. Shit just happened.
Here's my problem. The fucking thing. I have no idea what the fuck's going on for a good portion of this because I'm wait, what the fuck's going on? I wasn't expecting this to be a fucking cinematic match.
No, me neither.
Nobody. I don't think anybody was fucking expecting this. So it was a surprise. Anything can happen, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But not this, I'd hope. Fuck. Because like the first part of it like was just boring as shit to me. It's like them doing like more of these backstage vignette type fucking shit.
Yeah.
With like eating the turkey leg and like fucking bowling, and then they've got fucking swords and shit, like golf clubs and axes. You know,
the shields. Yeah, no, almost all of that was like, what the? Because it just happened. Like the sword, the shields and the axes just magically appeared out of nowhere. Like the golf clubs were really say they walked by a golf club bag that was there for basically no reason. You know, this reminded me of. Do you watch Being the Elite at all?
No, I fucking have not. Thank God.
Okay, well, I still do, but the thing is, there's a segment on there with Private Party just doing like this random shit match with a teddy bear or something. It reminded me a lot of that. In that this felt, both of those things feel very similar. They feel like a fucking YouTube poop.
It really fucking bothers me because like the War Raiders and NXT I thought were a great fucking tag team.
Dude, War Machine in fucking New Japan. I know you don't watch New Japan, but War Machine in New Japan was so fucking good. Or even Ring of Honor, any of their runs with any of these other companies was like the hottest shit. They just like were huge fucking muscle beasts, and they would come through and knock the shit out of people.
It's just fucking embarrassing. It's embarrassing to see them do this shit. It's just fucking humiliating for these performers because, like, tag team wrestling is fucking dead. Like, if you go in as a tag team, you may as well fucking kill yourselves. Like, right now. You know, like, you're there's nothing for you there. This is, like, the top of tag team wrestling is fucking getting to wear
the tag team titles weren't even on the show. They were like, who's the tag team champion on Raw right now even? Who are they?
The Street Profits.
They are? Where were the belts?
They didn't have a match for the belts. The match never took place. Like, it's just mongoloidism. And here, can you answer me this question? So they go through Braun Strowman's car. Did Braun Strowman ever show up?
No.
This is what I'm thinking.
There was no logical sense to what happened at all. Things just happened. Now, that being said, there was like no structure or through line from point A to point B, where it's like there's a famous line from the South Park writers where they write their stories. They never go, and then this happens. It's always this causes this, which causes this, which causes this. It's cause and effect storytelling. It's very simple and basic. These guys are fighting each other because they don't like each other, which causes X to happen. But no, instead, stuff appears. Now, that being said, the positives of this are the funny, weird... The fucking ninjas! Like, why were there...
The match, okay, for me, I was like, this is dog shit, this is dog shit. Okay, the ninjas showed up, I go, okay, this is officially so stupid that it's good now. Yeah. It's at that level. The fucking ninja biker gang show up. This guy takes off his mask. I've never seen this guy before.
It's Akira Tozawa. It was actually pretty good. But he's a decent wrestler, but he's so short and he's so small. He comes up as like a little midget ninja. He's like, oh. And then they start doing the Mortal Kombat fight stuff, and it's like, yeah that's some stupid shit.
It reminded me of TNA with Samoa Joe getting kidnapped by the fucking ninjas, you know? That this is the ninja. This is finally the payoff for Joe getting kidnapped by the ninjas, you know?
Yeah.
I would have liked it if Joe had come out to save them from the ninjas, you know?
That would have tied it all back.
That wasn't
going full circle. I did like the flashback stuff when he would just like they would zoom into his face and go to flashback. I thought that was also so goofy that it was just retarded on a base level. I kind of enjoyed how goofy it was, but damn.
Yeah, like I think that the ninja part was the saving grace of this fucking match.
And then it kept going after the ninjas, and then it just went downhill. It got worse, and then they went into the trash bin, and there was
in the garbage.
And there was a monster in the garbage. And it was a rubber tentacle. It was a rubber tentacle that some guy was throwing at them. It was like...
It was just fucking cheap. Like, the match was where it ended up in the fucking garbage, straight up. Like,
are they gonna start wrestling the Kraken? Is the Kraken gonna be a character on Raw regularly? I'd watch the Kraken versus Drew McIntyre. That would be a funny match. That would be an excellent main event. Just like Drew McIntyre to slay the Kraken.
Oh, no, here's what it is.
The
So we
trash
have
kraken.
we put the Raw superstars on one ship, and they fight Kraken. Okay, and they see how long they can hold out. And you put the SmackDown superstars on another ship, and you have them fight a sea serpent, and you see which vessel will survive the longest. That's what we'll do for Survivor Series this year. That's the
That's it.
5-on-5. The Survivor Series match, you literally have to survive against the Kraken, and you get like they'll die in like kayfabe. They'll come back the next day.
Yes.
I don't know what the fuck.
All right. Well, let's. I said a terrible, terrible, terrible plotting. One of the dumbest structured matches I've ever seen, or like sequences I've ever seen in WWE television history. I would imagine. It was written like a child wrote it, but it was funny at points, so it was better than Adam Cole versus Velveteen Dream.
Yeah, it was funny in points. I'm just not a real big fan of comedy and fucking wrestling, really.
That's fair.
I watch wrestling to fucking, not like it's not for comedy. I'll tell you that now. It's to see half naked men greased, oiled up, fucking having homoerotic relations with each other in the ring. That's why I watch pro wrestling, to see big muscle bound men. I don't watch it to see the fucking comedy segment. I don't understand the fucking mutton leg. I don't understand it. I think it's fucking mongoloidism. Fuck, straight up.
My background is I actually enjoy comedy and wrestling. That's what I got into it with. But not like this where they're trying to be funny. I like it when things are not unintentionally funny, but when things are just so out like not wacky, but like so larger than life, like fucking 80s Hulk Hogan style. Like a lot of Hulk Hogan promos. What?
There's feds like Chikara or like $5 wrestling or shit like this.
Yeah.
Those are fine, okay? They're set up in a universe and a continuity that's comedy.
Or my issue, like fucking kaiju big battle where they're all like giant monsters and they put like billions in the ring. It's like you're going to the show. It's like a fucking indie show or whatever. So it's designed to be comedy. Like what got me back into wrestling was, I'll say this, it was the 2016 WrestleMania. Roman Reigns is the main event. I tune in and I hear the waves of crowds booing the good guy, and I just started laughing my ass off at how stupid this shit was. That to me is what wrestling's all about. Just this absurdity of it. That's what I like in it. Now I also like regular good matches too. But what I do enjoy some good comedy, and to me some of this was funny, but the problem is a lot of time when you try to be funny, you aren't funny. And there's a lot of that in this.
This is the problem, right? Like fucking it's like Kraut syndrome where Kraut will try too hard to be funny and he won't be fucking funny. Yeah. That sort of fucking thing. It's tough. Like people try too fucking hard. And this is the issue with things like, for instance, Santino Marella. I never found Santino fucking funny.
I never got Santino, no.
Or
like what's his face? The one retarded wrestler.
Eugene.
Yeah. I never liked Eugene. It's a lot of, sometimes it's Vince. I don't want to blame Vince, but it's a lot of Vince comedy stuff. I don't like a lot of the Vince comedy. Now, that being said, Vince, when he's out there being himself, is very funny. He's very good at being funny, but he's not good at, like, writing comedy bits,
No,
and actually, none of the WWE team is... It's mostly the writing team, because they're all, like, TV writers. They're not good at writing comedy bits.
If they just fucking let guys go out there and improv and shit, it would be funnier than what they fucking come up with.
Yeah, it's true. Like, they would.
When they had, like, Zack Ryder's The True Long Island Story show, right? And he was just doing it with, like, those fucking guys...
Yeah.
Or when like Cody Rhodes and Wade Barrett had that fucking show. I don't know if it was the same show or something fucking different. But those shows were funny. But like once WWE started coming in and scripting it, it became no longer fucking funny.
Perfect case example, Fashion Files, Breezango. When they were just doing them on YouTube and they were doing their own thing, they were running their own mini storylines, hilarious. When WWE started getting involved and putting it on TV because they realized it was getting popular, went down the shitter.
Well, all they had to do was just let them do the same fucking shit. But of course they can't just let them fucking get over. They have to fucking script the shit out of it and fucking kill them fucking dead. And fuck, it is what it is. So I don't want to see shit like this. I don't want to see teams like the Revival wearing fucking diapers with fucking baby powder and shit on their fucking asses. Like, this shit's gay. It's fucking retarded. Like, and tag teams just seem to be getting shit on endlessly in the WWE for I don't know what fucking reason. I don't get it.
Just what they're gonna do. Just what they're gonna do. Can't do much. Well, I think they had their ideas with this one that they have to do a cinematic match every time because they need something to fill time that's entertaining enough that isn't just a match because they realize just the match is kind of boring. But what can you do? This one was a failure, I would say, but not the worst failure they've done.
No,
So
it was better than the Dream fucking match from NXT last week, but that's not saying a whole lot.
no, that one was really bad.
It was fucking abysmal.
All right. Now, time on to the main event, I think, because I gotta go to sleep here pretty soon. But let's get going. Edge versus Orton. All right. Starting off with the production value instantly increases for this match almost immediately. The camera angles are much nicer. They're using different lenses. They're using better angles, more variety of angles. They're sometimes using like separate shots that aren't like actually live shots for stuff. Obviously and they're also piping in crowd noise, which is better than the fake crowd noise that they have. The real crowd noise, these NXT, I mean with AEW it works because they have a bunch of autistic people on their roster that will actually cheer like the stuff's actually happening. The NXT people I'm not sure if they're just so stiff or they're so conditioned or whatever, but they aren't believable as a crowd. The piped in noise is much better, significantly improved. Just stick to it for everything, you know.
No.
It sounds fake, but it doesn't sound as grating. So
the production was way better than the typical Kevin Dunn production. The only issue I had with the production was it kept cutting to the crowd too much.
I agree.
And the people in the crowd were all fucking retarded, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And
they all looked weird. Like they weren't like normal people. They all look like kind of like, since they're all pro wrestlers, they all kind of have like a pro wrestler look, or they look like had like weird like colored hair or something. So it's just because they're all wrestlers, they all look fucking weird and bizarre. Or it's like fucking Marina Shafir, who's a character on Raw and stuff, and she's just in the crowd cheering for people. It's like that doesn't work. Like if it's all these undebuted NXT guys, it's fine. But there are people in the crowd who have debuted already and have wrestled for both like on like the main roster, and that does to me kind of breaks the immersion. It's like, why are they out here cheering and booing stuff? You know, it's like they're fucking athletes, not people. Or it's not like they have like a storyline where like they're betting on the matches like with AEW with MJF.
Yeah.
It's like they need to have some, but whatever. That's a nitpick.
All you have to do is put a fucking bit of effort in. Just put a fucking bit of effort in. That's all we're fucking. I know they've put in more effort than they were putting in before, which was completely fucking zero. Yeah. You know, they're piping in noise. They have fucking people there. Before it was dead fucking silent, like a goddamn mausoleum, and it was fucking brutal. So at least there's crowd noise. I like these two guys. You know, they're the top two heels of when I was growing up. When I was growing up, I fucking hated Orton and I hated fucking Edge. Mm-hmm. I remember when I was like 10, 11 fucking years old, like, and my buddies had come back from Toronto from the Edge Cena match. I think the TLC match. Yeah. And they said the crowd was cheering Edge. What the fuck? They couldn't believe it. We just couldn't understand why anybody would cheer Edge. That's how fucking. That was like we were fucking total marks. We were total fucking marks for
like real marks. Like actually, like, you were like children kind of, but like you know you bought who the good guys were and the bad guys were. It's just you were watching the show, you know.
Yeah, and so you know I have a fond nostalgia for these two guys. Edge in particular being Canadian. You know, and he had a fucking great run, I thought, and good feuds with Cena. Orton's feuds with Cena were never quite as good as the Edge feud with Cena, in my opinion. They fucking did Orton versus Cena way too many times. The fact that Edge never got to main event WrestleMania with Cena, I think, is fucking a travesty and a shame. But what can you do?
I think it's so. I think that was probably in the plans, but then his career kind of got fucking cut short. He retired pretty early. I mean, that was a long time ago that he retired. I forget when it was. It was like, what, 8 years ago?
At WrestleMania 27 against Alberto Del Rio. And I honestly would have preferred if he had stayed fucking retired, to be honest with you.
Yeah, this current run sucks. I mean, and he got injured at the show. Did you hear he got injured at the taping?
He tore his fucking bicep. Mm-hmm. He'll be out for 8 months. 8 months. So he's done, you know. The storyline is done.
Yeah.
It ended basically, it did tell a good story in the sense that Orton did put Edge down and Edge did get hurt. And like, it actually, the prophecies did come true because the fucking guy shouldn't be fucking wrestling. The story became true.
It's true.
The guy fucking shouldn't be wrestling. if he was going to wrestle, they shouldn't be putting him in fucking 45-minute long matches.
No, this is not to his strength. Especially, this doesn't play to anyone's strength in this match. But let's. I before we move on and go really deep into it, I want to go back a little bit to the beginning of the match. They start off with they have the old MSG like intro thing, and they use the voice of the Fink, which I'm torn on because on one hand it's kind of like I bet these guys requested it. I bet Edge and Orton both requested that they use the Fink's voice because he died recently. On the other hand, it's a dead dude's voice. Dead. Like it's weird. It's like listening to a ghost. It's like when they put Carrie Fisher's face in fucking Rogue One. It was like
it bothers me more. You ever watch Trailer Park Boys?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. Trailer Park Boys, the Mr. Leahy, the character, the actor who plays Leahy is dead.
Yeah.
So what they've decided to do is do an animated series, right? So they've done 2 seasons of the animated show, and they reuse clips of his voice as the dead guy in the animated series, and I just think that's
they should just write him off. They should just kill him off in the show. Say like he died of a heart attack or something.
You know,
I mean, maybe it's a little bit disgraceful. But maybe they should just end the show. If he's such an important character, they can't do the show without him. You know, end the show. You know, it's maybe it's
that's
time.
What I think. Well, they've just decided to move it into a cartoon form to milk it for as much as they can, and it's not as good. But that's besides the fucking point.
I mean, I can understand from a television guy's perspective. I'm not sure how much money they make off that show, but if you want to retire off this one show, because none of those guys are probably going on to do anything else with their careers, so they're probably trying to say, let's get this run going as long as possible so we can make as much money as possible now and then retire. So I get it, but whatever.
They did the Fink fucking entrance, the MSG thing, and I was disappointed with this match in the sense that it wasn't fucking anything like super cinematic.
No,
it didn't. And when they call it the greatest wrestling match ever, like
even within the confines of WWE alone, it wasn't. I can think of
the only way this is the greatest match ever is if you're a really new fan and like you've just been watching for maybe since WrestleMania, and you think this is the greatest match ever because there was a lot of false finishes and fucking. But like even a new fan wouldn't get a lot of the callbacks in this match and shit like they were doing with the finishers and stuff like this. And like they were trying to make it like this epic match with all these callbacks to like their mentors and rivals and shit like this. But if they were going to do that, I think Orton should have like only used the finishers of like legends he killed. Like I would have liked to see him use Foley's mandible claw and like Hogan's leg drop and shit like that. I thought would have been cool. You know, he used the Triple H pedigree, which was all right, which was good. His pedigree didn't look good though.
No, it was a really bad pedigree.
It looked like shit. I don't like other people using the rock bottom because I don't even think the rock bottom's a great looking finisher to begin with. To be honest,
it's okay. It's I mean, Samoa Joe just does it as a transition move. You know, it's not like it's a. I mean, I like it because I've got everyone because I was watching on the Gun stream and we all like explode because it's The Rock because we watch all The Rock's movies, so we're all fanboys now. But I think that's the only reason I popped was I recognize I recognize that it's The Rock's move. I know The Rock. I remember The Rock. It's like I'm okay if the characters have a personal connection to the guys. Like it's a callback to their story and their character, like when I think when Cena does the rock bottom, I'm okay with it because Cena main evented WrestleMania with the Rock multiple times and had the most pay-per-view buys ever with the Rock. It's like that's when Cena does the rock bottom or tries to do the people's elbow instead of the 5-knuckle shuffle. That's one thing, but Edge really doesn't have a history with the Rock. Even whenever Edge was in the company, the Rock really wasn't who he was feuding with. Like he was in the '90s, he was in the tag team division. He wasn't with the Rock, but
did he ever work with the Rock even one time?
I'm sure in tag matches he must have. Like there must have been a time where maybe Rock and Sock Connection versus Edge and Christian at some point. I think they were maybe the Brood versus. I guess they would have been the Brood back then. But I think that might have happened once or twice.
But I don't think there was a singles match. But edge there was. But
I doubt there might have been a tag match, but not a singles match. Because whenever Edge was in the company, when Rock made his return, I'm not sure. Edge wasn't retired by then, but he wasn't working with him. So
no, he was retired when Rock came back.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. I was out of wrestling at that point. I was not invested, so sorry. My history.
He literally retired the night that The Rock came back at WrestleMania 27, right, to host. So fucking that by 28 he was fucking gone.
Yeah.
But like it's like some of these spots in this match bothered me, like the superplex. There's no reason Edge needs to take a fucking superplex.
Well,
You know,
a superplex isn't that dangerous a move, but I didn't like that they were teasing the superplex to the outside. I don't like when they tease super dangerous moves and they don't follow through on it. Like, don't tease moves you're not gonna do. It's just
there were certain moves that never fucking happen, and it
Yeah.
bothers me that they never fucking happen.
Yeah.
I think sometimes they should make those things happen, so at least when it gets teased, you think, oh, it might happen. Like with the punt in this match, I was sure it wouldn't fucking happen because they've teased the punt like a million times over the last like 10 years. I don't think I've seen that move for
It's been a long time.
Like since like WrestleMania 25-ish era was like when he was doing the punt from like 24 to 25. So I don't think he hasn't done it in like 10 fucking years. So it was cool to see that move. Edge busted out like his expanded fucking playbook. You were seeing like the Edgecutioner, the Edge-O-Matic, moves that you never fucking see him do anymore. You know, like
you don't see him do any moves anymore. But even when he was back, he doesn't really do them that much. You know, it goes back to the early. He was doing stuff from like his fucking early tag team roots, even with fucking Christian and stuff. You know. He was even did famous. When he did the Famouser, that's a good callback move because he's fucking obviously a tag team with Christian, you know. Or if he did like Cena's, if he did the F5 or something because he had a huge feud with Cena, that would make sense, you know. Honestly, it would have been better if he did the F5 and the Rock Bottom. That would have made more sense.
Yeah, it would have actually made a lot more sense.
I mean, the attitude adjustment. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, for him to get the FU. I still will never get used to calling it the attitude adjustment. I think that's fucking gay.
It's the FU. Yeah.
It's the FU, you know, the idea of the
F5.
You know, like what the fuck? We can't have it, but I think the STF is like, I guess it's just the STF now, but it was the STFU.
Yeah.
You know, fucking mongoloidism. The first 20 minutes of this match I thought was pretty fucking slow, pretty fucking dire.
Lots of headlocks.
I
actually the first 5 minutes I thought were pretty good because you had Orton tripping up Edge and like getting him out because he's rusty or whatever in basic in ring. I thought that was a decent story that like Orton was outclassing him in basic wrestling ability because Edge is rusty. But then it kind of just went to normal matches and stuff. And that storyline kind of got dropped halfway through. I felt like it only was really there in the first couple minutes. But there was a decent lead into this thing. It was like there's something going on. Then Edge puts on this armbar, which he holds for a really long time, where he's holding this one armbar, and he like keeps like wrestling, find ways to keep the armbar on. Which was a good sequence actually, but it was technically a rest hold for a long time.
I liked some of the mat wrestling and stuff that they were fucking doing. I generally really liked like chain grappling and stuff. There was a bit of that here, not as much as I would like to fucking see. But with these guys, like it's tough because they're not really that technically proficient. Like
they're not. That's not what they're good at, really. Like Edge is good at. Edge when he was younger was really good at fucking ladder match crazy shit, you know. And as he got older, he got better at like doing power moves and stuff like that. He wasn't really a great like technical wrestler. That's not what he's been known for. He was known for his character work and.
I would say that this match was not as good as Christian and Orton's match at Over the Limit 2011.
No, I would argue with that. I've seen that.
Or even, like all those Christian and Orton matches were like really good matches. Yeah. They were all like 4-star or above fucking matches. Even though Christian never really got to go over, not even one fucking time, except by DQ. He won the belt by DQ.
Yeah.
But those matches were better than these fucking matches.
Christian's was always really good, but he's never had the looks Edge did. That's why Edge got the push and not him. But that's just ancient history now. But let's see. I just want to get a move on with this because we gotta close up here pretty soon.
All right. Well, I think overall, I mean, it was a good match. It's just fucking really, really long. Yeah. To be honest with you, a lot of people hated the WrestleMania match they had. I didn't think it was that bad, to be honest with you. I kind of fucking liked it. I like these two guys, and I like the idea of the top two heels of that era going at it
Clashing.
to see
My
who would be
problem
the.
with that match, I said that at the time, that I actually thought the work of that match was pretty decent. What happened was pretty decent, but the presentation was so dog shit in every way imaginable that I could not accept it as good. Specifically, the commentary was the worst commentary I've ever heard on a wrestling match ever, and that shouldn't matter too much. But the commentary was either not saying a thing, or was like talking super slowly, like they're falling asleep while they're watching, and that just makes me want to fall asleep more, especially in a long match. Now, could they have piped in crowd noise? Maybe that would have made it better. Could they put music to it? But that really wouldn't fit the tone of it. But they should have had, I mean, like, I don't really like Mauro Ranallo super much, but anyone but Tom Phillips and Byron Saxton calling that match in a fucking falling asleep fucking tone of voice would have been superior. And the presentation of that WrestleMania match sucked. This one was much better, and it was watchable for me.
No, this was a better match. I mean, the reason I liked the WrestleMania match, again, it's personal nostalgia, and I was so fucked up that night.
That's true.
At the time of that match happening, like pretty much anything could happen. I was going to be entertained by it, and these are guys I realized I'm drunk, I'm high. If I was to go back and rewatch it, I probably couldn't fucking sit through it again. But as like it happened live, it was decent enough for me. Yeah. The same thing here with this match. It was good enough for what it fucking was. Is it the greatest match ever? No. I think that they should have fucking made the match a joke match. If they're going to call it the greatest match ever, as I told you before, I wanted to see a 30-minute headlock. I just wanted to see Orton slap a headlock.
It's so funny. It would have been just holding the headlock on forever. Actually, if the match was just like him holding the headlock and Edge trying to get out, but Orton always getting it back on for that long, it would have been great. I saw when I went to an NXT house show about a year or two ago, and I saw a match with the Heavy Machinery versus some jobber tag team. I forget who it was, but the entire match, Heavy Machinery just did bear hugs, and it was just them throwing the guys back and forth into bear hugs and going like, "I got you," and like Otis being like super like fucking over and like doing it, and it was the simplest thing, and it shouldn't have worked. But whenever he slapped the bear hug on, he was so fucking good at it. Everyone fucking freaked out. It was such a stupid, simple match, but I always remember it. It's like, you don't need to do a ton of shit, don't need a ton of moves, but just do the bear hug for fucking hours. It was great.
No, I think that would have been a fucking really funny way to do this match. And no match I've ever seen has ended with a headlock. And I could just the visual of somebody passing out or tapping out to the headlock after being in it for like 20, 30 minutes, I think would have been exceptional. I think they could have done all sorts of crazy cinematic shit and run-ins and interference and fucking... They could have done Firefly Funhouse style shit. They could have done anything.
They went for a pure wrestling match, designed and structured like a normal match that would get over in a regular crowd. And I guarantee, I'm not sure if I said this to you, I think I did. The plan was for this to be a Saudi Arabia match. And that's why this was billed as the greatest wrestling match ever. And they just didn't change the booking. Because it's like, the greatest Royal Rumble, best tag team in the world. This for the Prince was going to be the greatest wrestling match ever for the Prince. So you can brag, I had the greatest wrestling match ever in my kingdom.
So, like, what? So they were gonna fucking just have the match taped in Saudi Arabia and then
they were gonna do this match live in Saudi Arabia.
Oh fuck!
That was the plan.
I wish we had got that. And like the prince is in a box at ringside, like being fed grapes. Like he's like Shao Kahn watching the tournament. Like
that would have been great. That would have been really funny.
But they're just fucking like they're just creatively bankrupt on a lot of this shit. Yeah. I did like that it ended with the punt. The punt was
a good ending. That was the finishing sequence was pretty good. I think if they cut about a good chunk of the middle part out and just had like the beginning and the end kind of squished together, it would have been better. They let that middle part drag on too long in general.
I think they could nearly cut the match in half. I think it would have been fine as a 25-minute match. It doesn't need to be 45 fucking minutes. No match really needs to be 45 minutes. Like, if I'm watching wrestling with a casual fucking person, like Surfer or whatever, if a match goes more than like 20 minutes, he's fucking like bored to death.
I agree. I was doing commentary with a bunch of guys, and like most of the people dropped out halfway through because they couldn't keep watching because it's too long. Like, if you're gonna do a long match, it needs to be really exciting or something. You have to have some kind of kick. It has to be either a fucking gimmick match like Firefly Funhouse or fucking, Boneyard match for these things, or it needs to be like in front of a great fucking hot crowd that's like always like it gives the match a ton of shit. Like, you need something to add to it. You can't just have a great. You can't just have, even if it was a great match, which I'll say was a pretty good match. You can't just have a good match in front of for this long. It just drags and it just becomes unfunny and not unfunny. It's uninteresting. I'll say this though. There's this. They did a successful dropkick into powerbomb spot, which has been which they did do that properly and it looked damn good. And now they can brag that they did that right, because what was it? It was fucking Kenny Omega tried to do that like 3 times. Twice with Okada and once with Ibushi. He never got it. It never fucking worked. It always looked like super shit and it never worked. They got this
Omega
right.
Omega tried to do it live. These fuckers probably had 10 chances to do it.
Yeah, exactly. So I get that. But like, they can brag that they did it. Maybe they did it on the first take. We don't know. But I'm assuming they did not. They did not. But
no. But again, it is what it is. I mean, it was a decent main event for the show. But a lot of shitty stuff on this show overall.
Yeah, I thought that the undercard was probably, with the exception of Lashley, McIntyre, and I guess Sheamus, Hardy, I thought the show was pretty shit. Like, it was an absolute dog shit in like almost every direction. Tons of stuff didn't make sense. A lot of the storylines going forward look worse than what they were going into the show. I'm less interested in watching the television shows now more than ever. I guess, I mean, the main event for this show was Edge Orton, but now both of these, I mean, Orton will go on to do something, but Edge, I mean, what can he go on to do? Is he going to go feud with fucking McIntyre next? Or Orton McIntyre, I guess, will be the next feud for him?
Yeah. Orton is going to go face McIntyre.
They were going
to do Jinder and McIntyre, but Jinder fucked himself up.
Yeah. I would have liked to see Jinder McIntyre, actually. That would have been fun.
I think they could do a lot with that, with the 3-man band connection thing.
Yeah.
And fucking Jinder's got a great physique now, and he's not an awful, he's not great in the ring, but he's okay.
He's not he did not have a great world champion run over that one summer, but oh man, that was.
You know what? I supported it though, because I
enjoyed supporting someone new. It was fun. It was kind of fun to like shitpost about the Indians controlling WWE. It was like, yes, the Indian money at last.
You can't hinder the Jinder. He's unhinderable.
It's impossible to stop him. But the matches themselves weren't very good. That was also with Orton, but we'll see. I don't know what we're gonna do for next week. I imagine we'll probably just watch whatever you watch. We'll just talk about. I don't think if you end up watching Raw or SmackDown, we'll talk about it. Otherwise, I'm gonna watch AEW. Maybe NXT.
I'm gonna watch AEW. Is it Fyter Fest this week or next week?
It's July, actually. The first 2 weeks of July.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah, it's July 1st and the 8th.
Okay. So we got a little bit of time before then. But yeah, we'll probably just review AEW. I mean, I might watch Raw tomorrow. I don't know. It's tough to fucking sit and watch. I tried this week. I sat down and I was asleep within 30 minutes, it's fucking so boring.
Yeah.
It's so boring. It's 3 hours. It doesn't fucking maybe I'll watch it without the commercials the next day, and like skip through it. Fuck.
Yeah, no, it's hard to watch Raw. I can get through SmackDown. I can usually get through SmackDown, but I can't get through a Raw anymore. It's too much. But SmackDown's, I think, booked worse, which is harder to get through. But yeah, I mean, if we're gonna do Raw or SmackDown, just like fast forward through shit and watch the replays.
Yeah, I'll tell you this: they need to cut Raw to 2 hours, but they never will.
They won't because of money. They've explained this, that they get extra money because for the longer runtime, because the advertisers they have an extra hour of advertising, so money-wise, they'll never do it. I always thought they should just make, if they want to equalize the advertising, they should just make both shows 2.5 hours. Now, that's not hour blocks, but, like, if they want to keep the same advertiser money, they should make both shows 2.5 hours. At least back when they were on USA, I thought that would make a ton of sense. But now that SmackDown's on Fox, that's not going to happen.
I don't know. I would bet you if they had stayed at 2 hours this entire time, they would probably have about 500,000 more viewers on average every week. if not a million more viewers every week.
Well, they might
You
not
know,
have lost the viewers to begin with. They might not have lost because ever since Raw went to 3 hours, the viewership has been declining year over year. They may not have lost this many viewers. They may have lost maybe half compared to what they have now. They may still be at 3 million or 4. I mean, like they were still at 3 million to 4 million views in 2016.
yeah.
You know, like so they may still be at that level. They may have been at that level right now, or maybe they'll be at 2 million or whatever because they're fucking pandemic shit. But like
But
they even before the pandemic, they were down to like sub 2 million viewers.
when I see the numbers for Raw now, I just can't believe how fucking bad they are.
It's
These are
strictly
like,
the hardcores. It's identical to the WWE Network subscriptions. It's the exact same number.
I mean, we're looking at fucking Impact numbers. Like that's what
Yes.
we're looking at. Like fucking.
And
Like,
AEW feels like has way more money and momentum behind than Impact ever had, and on a better station, and it has half the viewers Impact does. It did at its height, and even at its like low point, it had has half the viewers that Impact did.
Yeah, like Impact, even in its fucking darkest days, was always above 1 million viewers.
It's like 1.5 million, and I mean that's a different era for TV, I guess. There's just more views in general for stuff. And I guess it was on Spike, which was a pretty popular channel at the time, but
No,
fuck, it actually wasn't that popular. Spike was only popular because of Cops and fucking Impact.
yeah, and like Spike is dead now. Spike was so shitty it died, and it's Paramount Network, and there's fuck all. There's bar.
They fucking canceled Cops. They canceled Cops over this shit recently. I mean, so like that's like one of their only ratings drivers, and they canceled it. It's like, well, what the fuck do you got now?
They got fucking nothing. They have Bar Rescue and Ink Master. That's like their entire lineup is 3 fucking shows. They did that Waco show a few years ago that was actually pretty good with like Michael Shannon.
Yeah.
As like the interrogator. If you never saw it, it's on like Netflix now. That Waco program, pretty good.
Yeah, I think I was told to watch that a couple times on TV. We'll see if I actually get around to doing it.
Yeah, it's like a little mini series. I think it's like 3 fucking hour and something segments, like hour and 15-minute episodes. It's not fucking bad, you know. Pretty fair to the people in the compound, to be honest.
That's good to hear. Good to hear. All right.
Yeah.
I'll take a couple questions from the chat. We had a couple ones backed up here. So, what do you guys think? What do you think about Bugenhagen from NXT? Bugenhagen. He's the guy. He's like the '80s rocker guy who goes like the fucking yell scream and does like the fucking air guitar and stuff coming to the ring.
I've not seen him yet. I just don't watch the NXT TV enough. When did he show up?
A couple months ago. I actually really like him. I think he's pretty charismatic. He's like he reminds me of like Otis reminds me of them too. Like he would have been really, really successful in the '80s. He's a big guy with a good body and like a cool rocker gimmick that's like got good personality and probably would cut great promos if he wasn't scripted. So like him and Otis would have been both like right at home with Hulk Hogan and Macho Man. Maybe not like on their level, but they would have been like fit like right in with like fucking definitely above something like, you know, the fucking Bushwhackers or something.
The Bushwhackers are fucking, you know, Hillbilly Jim or fucking.
Yeah. But they would have been right at home. Any wrestling shoot channels you guys follow or watch?
Any wrestling shows I follow?
Shoot channels.
Shoot channels.
Yeah.
Like shoot federations?
No, like you would get like guests on to go shoot.
Like Cornette or fucking I don't know. I just sometimes I don't follow any channels in particular. I'll just type in a wrestler I might want to see shoot. I like the Kevin Nash shoots. I like fucking
Kevin Nash. He's so funny.
Yeah, Kevin Nash has got to be one of my favorites to hear shoot. Cornette's always fucking good with the shoot. Bret Hart shoots I think are kind of funny as well sometimes.
Bret Hart shoots are actually pretty interesting because he's like he is Bret Hart. Like there's like no character of Bret Hart. He just always believes what he fucking is 100% behind it.
Yeah, right. He believes he bought his own gimmick. You know what I mean? Like he's fucking.
Fuck, marry, kill, Bischoff, Russo, Cornette.
What the fuck? I guess I'll fuck Bischoff up the ass and kill Russo and marry Cornette.
I'm gonna kill Bischoff because I think I'll get more money from him. I'll fuck Russo because I imagine his hole will be the loosest because he's probably gay, so it'll be the easiest for me to do. And I have to marry Cornette too, I guess, but I don't think I would like that very much. I guess he'll die. I think he'll die the soonest I have all 3 of them age-wise, so I'll have to be married to him the least long.
There you go. He's a fucking diabetic Wendy's addict, for fuck's sake. He's not going to make it.
That's true. Will Dupp be BTFO by the end of this year?
Fuck. I still think he'll find a way. I just can't envision Joe Biden being president.
Yeah, me neither.
Like, I don't know. He's very like milquetoast guy. Like to me, he fits in with the pattern of the losers. Like Al Gore, milquetoast. John Kerry, milquetoast. John McCain, milquetoast. Romney, milquetoast. Hillary, not so much. Doesn't fit that pattern as much. But Biden's milquetoast, and for that reason, I think he'll fucking lose. He's just not charismatic enough of a character to be president.
I don't think Dupp will be BTFO in the election, but I think he'll be BTFO by the end of the year in another manner, if you know what I'm saying.
You predicting his death?
No, I predict him because he's gonna get BTFO'd by all the someone. I'll tell you what, John Oliver's gonna return to television. Well, he's back, but he's gonna BTFO Dupp so hard. He's gonna he'll reset the clock back to current year 1, 2015, and he'll bring us back. He'll cause a spectral time warp to reset the current year back to where it was.
This is current year. This is 2015.
It is current year. It's 2015 right now. It will zap back in time before Dupp is elected, and he'll preemptively BTFO him.
We're gonna make sure Jeb wins this time. You know, slow and steady.
Dude, can you imagine if Jeb was president right now? I was saying this earlier. Imagine how much fun your life would be if Jeb was president. We fucked up. We picked the wrong horse. If Jeb won,
it should have been Jeb. It should have been Jeb.
It should have been Jeb.
Oh man, fuck.
That would have been great. All right.
Oh fuck. We got anything else?
Well, this is really fitting the homoeroticism I expect from wrestling. Wasn't Edge and Mid-Carter during The Rock's first run in WWE? Yeah, he was. Yeah. He was tag team Mid-Carter. Although the tag team division back then, well, it was mid-card, but it was good mid-card, you know? It was like mid-card where you actually get over instead of mid-card where you stay mid-card for the rest of your life.
Wow, they had fucking great tag teams then. You know, yeah. They had the Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian, the Hardys. You know.
I guess Kane Undertaker, Rock and Mankind. There was a ton of guys you would go in there with.
They even had little stables like Right to Censor that at least had a gimmick. Or fucking like The Godfather, or Farouk and Bradshaw, APA.
Yep, APA. Fucking even, I guess even when Eddie, Benoit, Saturn, and fucking Malenko came in, they were a tag team division thing too. They were in tag teams. Why do so many fat people like wrestling?
Well, I think it has to do with the fact that wrestling is no longer cool. And so the only people left who like wrestling tend to be nerdy, shut-in, obese faggots.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically it. Also, I think it's a little bit of like a wish fulfillment thing where you see someone with a much better body. It's like you kind of aspire to be that, you know?
And there's also a lot of like fat wrestlers like Otis and fucking guys like that. Yeah. You can look up and be like, oh, I could be a wrestler.
You could. I mean, frankly, we could if we got off our asses, but it's a little bit harder than
it's not. The only wrestling match I'm gonna have is with Ethan Ralph, brother. It's coming one of these days. Motherfucker, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna rape him.
Okay, it's your choice.
I have to. There's no other choice. You know, God has destined that I sodomize him. It's not that I want to. It's God's will.
That's God's will must be done. The Gunt posted here. Oh yeah, Ralph's channel came through and posted that it was a dead stream before we started.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, like the guy is so obsessed with me. It's fucking sad.
You're not even like on the show yet. And like the show's not even live. It's like, oh, PPP he's on a show. I gotta post. The stream sucks.
Like, what the fuck is he up to? Like, does he not have anything better to fucking do than try and watch my wrestling show? Like, get real, buddy. Like, fucking, I hear him today. I saw this clip posted by T-Clips or whatever. Like, he's just spurging out about me and Godwinson, saying Godwinson fucked that T-Clips bitch. Like, Warski and him are spurging. And it's like, dude, like I try not even to fucking make videos about the guy anymore because he's just so fucking like totally irrelevant and he's just a joke. Like I try not to give him any attention, but he just comes in and he tries to be a hero. So fuck it. What can I do? What can I do?
Listen,
Fuck him.
my relationship with Ethan Ralph is very simple. I think his show is boring. I think it sucks. I think he's boring, and I don't like paying attention to him. I don't like giving him attention. However, people seem to really think he's funny or like they like talking about him. Maybe it's just like commitment. They've like watched his show for so long, where maybe it was good at some point. But with all of like the gun stream with Cow, all these people, we all need to stop giving him attention. I mean, maybe the only attention he deserves is the fights. Anything beyond that, I think he really he's a net negative because he drags shit down when he comes up in my opinion.
No, like the only entertaining thing he can do at this point is fight me, and that's about it. Like other than that, I don't know what his plan is to because people just are tuning out of his show. It's
Yeah,
boring. He makes callers pay $15 to fucking call in. Everybody's pre-screened. There's no organic feel to the show. There's nothing exciting about the show. Nothing interesting ever happens. All the guests are the same fucking guests who he has to be careful not to offend or they won't show up again.
right.
And it's just crap. You know, his chat sucks. It's fucking censored to all fuck. It's all just image macros being spammed. But yeah, the people who are obsessed with him, like if the hate watchers stop watching and like Senator Hitler stopped view botting Ralph, the reality of it is he probably only has 200 fucking viewers left.
Yeah,
That's that. Like the reality is he has less than 500 viewers. I know this because when you go to YouTube and like you watch his YouTube restream, it doesn't break like 400 viewers, and the chat has like one message per every couple minutes.
yeah,
You know, and you call out, "Hey, is anybody out there? Are these all bots?" And like two people respond in chat. You
mm-hmm.
know, and so that's how I know. Like my show, like was beating his in live viewers, which is sad. It's sad.
I
You
mean,
know.
like your show has like been like through like 3 or 4 channels. There's no reason your show should be beating yours. I mean, like mine will never will. I don't even care about views or attention. It's just his show is boring and it sucks, and I'm sick
Yeah.
of discussing him. Frankly, and not with even I understand he came up in the chat, but I'm sick of him. I'm sick of having to deal with his shit. But what can you do? All right, I have to wrap it up here. I have to go to work tomorrow morning pretty early. So thanks for
All
coming
right.
out, PPP. Thanks to the chat. We'll see you next week. Just whatever, if you watch something, just DM me and I'll watch it too. I know the New Japan they're doing They're doing a New Japan show this week. I'll probably watch that if you want to watch it, or don't. Maybe I'll I'll just tell you what I saw. You know,
What is the what's the show they're running?
I think it's like their first show back. Let me see.
Is it a tournament?
The New Japan Cup starts later this week. I think. Uh, it's called
Because I'll
Together.
probably watch the New Japan Cup, but I don't know.
The show tomorrow is called Together Project Special. Um, it looks like it's just like
That's confident.
that sounds like a shit show, but maybe it's just like a first show back to like set up storylines for the New Japan Cup. But the New Japan Cup starts the 16th, so Monday night. So the New Japan show is tonight, and then they're gonna run shows tonight, Monday night, Tuesday night, and then next Monday and Tuesday as well. So
All right, well, we'll see. We'll see what fucking happens. I might get a New Japan World sub, I guess, and
if
give it
you want,
another.
I can DM you my login if you want. If you don't want to pay for it, I already have a couple people using it too. So
Oh, sure, fuck, that'd be good.
yeah, just I mean, since we're doing the show together, you might as well. I don't feel if you don't want to pay for it. So if you're not already paying for it, I can just give you the money because I don't not the money. I can give you the login.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I'll give it another fucking shot. I've just every time I fucking like I sign up for Wrestle Kingdom every fucking year. I watch Wrestle Kingdom. I don't really know who any of the people are.
Yeah,
I don't feel any connection to them. And I go, okay, well that was fancy wrestling. It was better than the wrestling I normally watch. But the reality is I don't give a shit about any of these people, and it's too much of a pain in the ass to follow the fucking shows.
their
That's just,
schedule is not very consistent. It's like they just film their house shows, but you know, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, they're planning to have fucking live attendance by Dominion, which is early next month. So by then they might actually be the best wrestling going right now in terms of
yeah.
feel and emotion. Which is, if they are, they are, and I'm gonna watch it. But it's got nothing else better going on.
All
All
right.
right,
Well, we better end this fucking show. You gotta get to bed.
yeah, all right. I'll talk to you later. Thanks everyone for coming out. Night, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Night, everyone. Thanks for tuning out. We'll see y'all later.